Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend investing is all about. My main objective is to show a replicable way of building an ever-growing and reliable income stream, one that does not have to rely on the volatility of the stock market. You simply own shares of successful companies and you're automatically paid. In this video, I'm going to show you the dividends I received for this month, which is August. I just received my last dividends this morning. M1 has a one-day delay, so I received them in September 1st, but I count them as August dividends. And the reason I do these videos is to show you what kind of dividends you could expect from a portfolio this size, as well as how those dividends grow over time. What we're looking at right now is my M1 taxable stock brokerage account, and this is for my Average Joe dividend growth portfolio. And right now, this is the balance. I'm at $211,443.70. This is live, so this could be a change. We can see overall what my gain is. Let's just look at the last month, and we can see from a month ago we're actually down 2.1%, but you can see the market gained down 5,000, but the dividends kind of buoyed us a little bit at 617.12. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to jump into the activity log because I want to show you what those dividends actually were. There's other YouTubers that will tell you about their dividends. I'm going to actually show you the dividends and go to the activity log of this brokerage here. And another thing I'm going to do is also show you what I'm going to do with the last dividends that I just received. These are just the dividends I received this morning, and I'll show you what I do with those. But without further ado, let's go into the activity log. And I'm going to sort this by activity type, dividends only. And we can see here, we'll just start from the very bottom. August 1st, we'll start with General Mills. Got $4.48. Then Verizon, also August 1st, $47.20. And JEPI, J-E-P-I, the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. This one paid me $69.57. I decided to get rid of this from my portfolio, so this will be the last time that JEPI is paying me. And then August 7th, you can see PNC paid me $7.38. John Deere paid me $2.42, and a little bit later we're going to go over a dividend raise that John Deere actually announced. So that's another thing, so stick around for that. Lowe's on August 9th got paid $6.23. American Express $3.66. Agree Realty, here's a monthly pair, $2.57. Air Products paid me $3.58 on the 14th. 15th, AbbVie, $30.18. OHI, this one paid me $54.64. Procter & Gamble paid me $7.83. O Realty, monthly pair, paid me $7.33. A.O. Smith, $2.96. Apple, $3.01. Caterpillar, $6.90. Starbucks, $6.31. Here's the largest one, BST. I'll be doing another video on this one. I had a prior video how I was making $600 a month from this. I own this also in an IRA where I'm making additional over $400. So I'm going to revisit that and show now I'm making over $700 total from BST. And then KKR, that was the last one, rounding out at $2.29. We're going to jump away from the M1 stock brokerage account page, and we're going to go to a Google Docs sheet here in a second. And if you're curious to see what's in my portfolio, I'll leave a link below and show you what is in my pies. I have 3 slices, but within them go to the holdings tab here. I have, drum roll please, a number of I have 68 positions right now. SCHD is the largest, and the smallest right now is American States Water. So I'm going to jump over to a tracking sheet, which is a Google Doc spreadsheet, and I will also leave a link below for this, and you can see every single position in the portfolio. JEPI is highlighted in yellow because I've sold them, but I had to report their dividend. We'll just go over the sheet really quick. It just is really simple. It shows the company ticker, share price. To pull the share price, I'm just using a Google Finance function to pull the price. You can see my shares here, SCHD, I have 1,104.77 shares, and those are pulled with a VLOOKUP, and I have an M1 data tab below, and I'm not going to get into it in this video how it pulls it, but it's just a quick, all I do is copy and paste pretty much from the tab over here, the holdings tab. I select everything and paste it over there, and it automatically updates my share as well as my cost basis. You can see here's the market value, cost basis. That's VLOOKUP, also pulled from the M1 data tab. So I don't have to change the number of shares, my cost basis. I can just do a copy and paste. I don't have to rely on a service like Plaid that could be 24 hours or more behind. I have instant access to my portfolio value and also what I can expect in dividends. So feel free to see the link below and copy this sheet and put in your own shares of your companies in there. If you need some help, just send me a message. I'll help you out on that. You can see that here's the gain loss on each position. I just put in conditional formatting. Anything that I am upside down on is in red, and I show it in a percentage as well. Anything above 10% gets the green. Anything between 0 and 9.99 is white. Of course, anything that is a loser is in red. You can see here, here's my dividends per share, and SCHD is variable. Every quarter they announce a new one. JEPI was too as well, so I highlighted those in purple. The yield percentage, anything that's above 5%, I've put a conditional formatting and shows in green. And you can see my yield on cost on these positions. Like for WP carry, I'm upside down in it. So if I bought more shares today, the current yield is actually higher than my yield on cost. And of course, the inverse is true on positions where I'm ahead. You can see, like for Lowe's, for instance, 1.89 is the current yield, but I'm yielding 2.41% on my cost basis. And here's what's really important about this sheet is it tells me when I'm going to get paid. Of course, I have to look these up, and I'll show you really quickly in a second how I do that, how I do some of the updates. And I want to know when I'm getting paid, and I want to know how much I'm getting paid. And this sheet does this. We can see the values over here. I have copied these over from M1 and enter those in. Actually, what I do is I actually, as I receive them, I put them in. So it's not a chore to put all those in at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I update these. I know Best Buy has announced a new dividend date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new tab real quick. And here we are at dividendinvestor.com. I've pulled up Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY, and we can see the announced new dividend pay date is October 10th, but M1 has a 1-day delay, so I'm going to change that date to October 11th real quick. There's Best Buy. There we go. So that's updated. Then what I do is I reshuffle the deck. Then the pay date, I just go A to Z, and it's going to put Best Buy down there. There we go, at 11:11. So you can see what happens is once these all pay out, they will pay 3 months later because they're quarterly payers, with the exceptions of the ones that are highlighted in blue, which is Agree Realty, Realty Income, and BST. Those pay me every single month. So you can see it just keeps going and going, and get paid every couple days or so. So that's one of them right there. Let's go ahead and update. John Deere is one that also updated. They announced the good news with raising their dividend. You can see I received the 242. And let's go back over to dividendinvestor.com. I'm going to put the ticker symbol in here of DE. And we'll find out two things. We'll find out the new dividend per quarter rate, which is $1.35. So essentially I'm getting an extra dime per share. I only own 1.94 shares. So we'll see what the 242 is going to jump to. It's not going to go up very much. So 262, right about 20 cents. That's what I was expecting. And the next thing to change is, since we've got a new dividend pay date, it is November 8th. So it's going to be 11/9 on my sheet with the additional day, because M1 pays 1 day later. Let's leave that right there. I'm not going to sort it because it's going to push this one down, because we still have to do a count up on the dividends of how many I've received. I'm going to do one more update, and that's for Broadcom. And Broadcom's done quite nicely for me. Do a quick look up. We're just going to adjust the date on Broadcom. And they have not shown, okay, dividendinvestor.com has not updated it, but I think it was Seeking Alpha had updated it, but I'm just going to skip that right now because we really don't need to show that. But what I do need to show you, though, is the total number of dividends. And some people will say, wow, that's for a $200,000 plus portfolio, that's not very much. But I have a mixture of stocks that pay a high dividend, a low dividend, and something in between. And usually the ones that pay the higher dividend, those are your slow growers, and the ones that pay the lower dividend usually are the ones that are increasing their dividend year over year, 10, 15, 20%. So I'm not looking for the highest yield. I'm looking for a mixture of ones that pay a good yield now and a good yield in the future, because I don't want just a high yield today. I want even a higher yield tomorrow. I want this to grow, and that is what this is doing. You can see here's the total. We're at $634.17. That is what this portfolio paid me in the month of August. And the next thing I'm going to show you is what we're going to do with these last two dividends that came in. BST, you can see I received the $365.74, but here's what I'm going to receive is $382.05. That's next month, but it's going to be even higher because I haven't reinvested my dividends yet. And also KKR is going to go up a few cents too, as I'm going to reinvest this dividend. It may go up a penny. But I won't know, though, until the actual buy has gone through, and that won't be until Tuesday. And since we have a holiday on Monday, so I'm going to show you how I reinvest the dividends. With M1, it's not automatically done. You can have auto invest on, but what it's going to do is it's going to buy according to what your actual allocations are compared to your target. You can see I'm overweighted. It's going to skip the ETF's pie. It's going to actually go to the dividend portfolio and buy within there, because it is underweighted, and you can see the 15 more dividends, that pie is overweighted. So what I want to do is I want to go and buy based upon the amounts. So 365.74. We're going to put that right into BST real quick. It's in the ETFs bucket. I know it's a CEF, but I just kept it simple there. So I've clicked on the BST. I'm going to click on buy sell. And the amount, I'm just going to double check it. 365.74. There we go. Confirm the buy, and that's going to be set for Tuesday. It's going to buy those additional shares of BST, and it's also going to raise my dividend even higher for that. So let's go back to the portfolio, and the other one was KKR for the additional 229. So let's go put that to work. It's in my 15 more dividends pile. And the same thing with BST. I just clicked on the stock, click on the buy sell, and I believe it has to be over $1. If you receive a smaller dividend, you're not going to be able to deploy it unless it's $1 or more. And that's okay if you're just starting out. You're going to have small dividends. I've had dividends before that are under $1. One of my current investments is under $1, and that's with Nvidia. It's like 16 cents. Yeah, we'll go to Nvidia right here. Yeah, 16 cents, you can see, but take a look at this though. I've put 543.33 into it, buying it, but I could sell it for 19.30. You can see that's quite a good profit on that one. I'm just going to hold on to it, even though it's not really a dividend. It does pay a small dividend, but it's more of a growth stock. So you can see I have a mixture of different stocks in here. I want to grow the portfolio value as well as growing my dividend income as well. So it looks like all that money is deployed and it's ready to go for the Tuesday buy. We can see I have 2 buys coming up, but also on Tuesdays I transfer over $100. So it's going to be in addition to, I'm going to have more buys in addition to this, but this is just dividend reinvestment. You can see right back into the portfolio. And the last thing I'm going to show before I end this video is the dividend tracker sheet that I have. And we can see starting from January 2021, I started doing these videos. Portfolio value of $18,700. You can see my deposits were pretty small, $100 a weekish, sometimes a little bit more. And we can see a couple times maybe I kicked it up here in March 2022, and I got really aggressive here where I had equity in a home I no longer own, and I decided to deploy it into this portfolio and grow my passive dividend income. You can see I had about $150,000 to deploy, and after I deployed that, I kind of cut back on it. Right now my plan is to do $100, but sometimes I'll throw in a little bit extra. You can see here in August I did a little bit extra, so I was up at $2,400. Chances are though in September I'm going to be right about $400. You can see here's the total dividends that have been paid to me. I track that every single month. There's a 634.17. You can see the comparable months to August with the same stocks. You can see in May I was paid $549. And we can see in February $491. So you can see this is trending upwards with the same stocks. I'm just getting paid more and more money for buying more shares, holding on to them, and also the dividend increases that I receive from these stocks. You can see here I'm tracking even the quarter on quarter. You can see the first quarter, Q1, or back up to Q1 2021. You can see it just keeps going up and up. You can see the quarter on quarter increase, the dollar amount increase. We can see here's the total amount of dividends I received in 2021. Here's the total in 2022, just under $3,000. Let's take a look at the total received so far in September. Actually August. We haven't received the September ones, but so just January through August of this year, we're at $59,2727, so almost $6,000. So we'll see. I'm hoping to get around 10,000 for the whole year. We'll see if that happens. A really important stat I track also is my average monthly dividend, because as you can see, the payouts are a little bit lumpy on the first month of the quarter, and the second month of the quarter it's lower, and then I get over double in the last month of the quarter. September is not going to be any different. It's going to be about 1,400-ish. We'll see. We'll see if we hit 1,500. It all really depends on what SCHD does. But you can see it's a little bit lumpy. So for the first two, it's lower, and the last one larger. So what I do is I take the average of the quarter, my quarterly dividends, and I divide it by 3, so we get kind of a smooth ride. You can see how it's gone up, and we can see already in August I increased my income by $13.57. Of course, that was with the deposits as well as dividend increases. We can see in September what this 6 cents is. This is 6 cents additional because of, remember, the John Deere raise. I don't own a whole lot of John Deere, but you can see just by them raising their dividend by 8%, it increased my monthly cash flow going forward by 6 cents every single month. So I think that's probably pretty much everything I want to show you guys. Again, the total was $634.17, and if you got any value out of this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe, because I don't just do a monthly video of what I've received in my dividend portfolio. I also do a Monday morning buy video. Of course, next week's going to be Tuesday because of the holiday. And I also have been doing a budgeting video. It's not as popular. I know it's pretty boring, but I really don't believe in traditional budgets where you create, say, for your food budget $400, and that's what I'm going to stick to. Instead, what I do is I spend money and I track it. It's more spend tracking, and then I reflect back. I go back and see how I did, and then I can course correct, rather than trying to follow a budget, which nobody can do. You're always going to spend more or less. It's just, to me, it's pointless. So the purpose of the tracking your spending is just so you're going to know what you had, what your gap is. And to me, that's really important, because if you have no gap, you have no deposits into your portfolio to grow it. So that's, I know it's boring, but I recommend please check out that video. I'll probably release it next week. So that's all I had. Everyone have a great weekend, and also a great Memorial Day. Everyone take care.